Alright folks, so this is the restaurant that we're going to be eating for tonight. It's called Tavola. So we're currently doing the reservation. You can do it for either lunch or dinner. You can use both. And it usually comes to some of them. It usually comes in some of your reservations or in your check-ins when you usually at any time want to head to any restaurant. Alright, so he'll be leading us to our table to see how does it look like. All of this is Italian cuisine, which I like more, so we'll just have to see if this restaurant, Tavola, deserves being the top. There's a lot of seats in here, meaning like at some point it might be full, so who knows. We are in. So we have our menu right here. Let's see, what do we have? Well, let's see, what do we have? We have cocktails, some antipastas, some salads, some risottos. For those of you who don't know what risotto is, it's basically rice with cheese. We also have pizzas and some good old pasta. Looks like they're bringing water to us, which is good though. So we have gnocchi, we have fettuccine with some shrimps, pretty cool. So, there's a carbonara. You probably might recognize it from Divieto last time. We got cannelloni with chicken. Well, I can't even tell what that means. We got rigatoni and riccioli. And that is it. That's basically everything. I'm tempted to see what should I choose for this. Now, looking at the pizzas, we got margaritas, we got Tavolas, Pepperoni King, which is basically a pepperoni pizza. We got meat lovers, basically Italian sausages or something. Seafood lovers, the Tavola, and the cheesiest, which is tomato sauce and all that. And the Lorenzo. It's basically everything with the pizzas. But I'm tempted to use the margarita, you know, it has cheese and mozzarella and all that kind of stuff. Later we might have to find some of the desserts that come up with this. But overall, let's see how this Italian restaurant works. Alright, so we managed to get an appetizer here. Wanted to see what's inside. Well, guess what? There's bread. If I can try to find it. Yep. This is bread. Now if I get some space here. So apparently with this bread, you dip it in the sauce. See how it tastes like. Classic bread, like always. Basically, like in every single restaurant that you find around in Latin America, the first thing that they give you is just bread, and that's it. Now I don't know the reason, but it's kind of a coincidence. Even though it does have other parts in this bread, but this one's different. Alright, so we have our drink here, as you can see. Last time I actually drank like the lemonade with the minerals in it. Tasted bad, so I want to try this right now. A little sour, but much better. Much better than the minerals. Alright, so I ordered a spaghetti with olive oil and also with some grilled chicken as well, just to give a little test. like in every single restaurant, Italian restaurant that I've ever been through. But now let's test out if Tavola deserves the top one. Now, even though I've never tried any Mexican food because I thought it would be too spicy, so I'd rather take this spicy food apart and just focus on something more satisfying. Now, for the bread, I might want to give it a 7 out of 10. Being completely honest. Now, I've definitely seen like most of these Italian restaurants that are also Michelin star, but of course, this one doesn't have any Michelin stars. But also, I wanted to keep in mind that I was asking this question: is there an Italian restaurant that is Michelin star? Let me know in the comments. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention is that in here they have a ridiculous amount of wine. Without a doubt, there's like an abundant amount of wine from any different type. But of course, for adults, technically. Now, of course, there are different areas in this specific Moon Palace. Like you might have seen the sunrise and the Nisku areas, which are both different. That later, next episode, we're gonna be exploring most of that. But for now, though, we're gonna be focusing on the Grand, which is probably the most luxurious type out of the other resorts of the Moon Palace. All right, so the next thing they gave us, they're onion rings. These onion rings. And of course, with a little bit of lemon. Oh boy. I have a feeling this might be pretty spicy. That looks interesting. We got bread with some, is that cheese? So.
Amazing.
Okay. What do you think? Of course. Very interesting. 10 out of 10, right? I might want to give it a try, even though it has burnt cheese. But sure.
It's bread.
It's bread with burnt cheese. Alright, here goes to nothing. Honestly, I like it better than the original bread. Alright, so here is the order. As you can tell, a spaghetti with grilled chicken. So, let's give it a test. See if this plate deserves the amount. I'm ready to dig in. Let's see. Without a doubt, this is amazing. Alright, so this, apart from having its own spaghetti and grilled chicken, the only feedback that I wanted to give is that the chicken has to be a little bit longer, just so I could taste a little bit more of the flavor. Either way, 8 out of 10 this deserves. Alright, I think I'm done with eating for now. Let's get to the dessert. So even though technically I'm a tiramisu connoisseur, so let's see if this tiramisu really deserves that amount. Alright, so this here is a tiramisu. Well, this time It kind of looks like a cake. All taped up and drawn. Anyway, let's test it out. So first I'm trying the ice cream version of the tiramisu. Hope it's good. Without a doubt, 8 out of 10. I also consider it an 8 out of 10. The cocoa ratio, it was a little bit off. Overall, it's amazing. Now for this one. It has some chocolate chips in there. Very interesting. I mean, this tiramisu is completely different. You have the ratio of the ladyfingers, the mascarpone, but then got it on top, there's the rest of the decorations. Alright. So let's see how it does look like. Man, oh man. Even with the chocolate chips, it tastes better. If I were to say this tiramisu being unique than the other ones, a 10 out of 10 for this tiramisu. Yep, totally. Let's see, how do you like it?
I mean, I think it's really good. That's a good balance. If I have to say, is the better? Maybe not. I have tasted over better than this, but it's really good. Okay?
So, out of 10, what do you think?
Could be a 8.5.
8.5 out of 10? Fair enough. That ice cream also looks interesting. So, out of 10, what do you think? Well, the ice cream cone was a decoration, so it was so good. Alright, I think we're done with eating dinner for now. Let's get back to our room and just relax, because we had a really long day, but a lot of fun on this first day in the resort. I'm gonna end the vlog there. See you guys in day 2.